Sonnet 545 is back on your screen, and welcome to this automatic honey slash carrot farm. You heard that correct. All of your food and honey is going to be automated within one farm. You might be wondering, well, how does this happen? Well, very, very easy. I have seen many honey farms, and this seems about to be the best design to combine both a food, in this case carrots, and also the honey farm. So I have this farmer villager walking around in this 9 by 10 area filled with crops, and just these two blocks in the middle, which is the automatic honey module. And surrounding that farm, we have a strip of flowers surrounding the farm all the way around. Then over here we have the offloading station for the carrots. There is currently two villagers present in that offloading station. One should suffice, this was just for testing purposes, but one villager in this offloading station should suffice, with of course a fence on the top of his head so he doesn't escape. And this farmer villager also cannot enter this one by one here, just because this fence post is right there. I have 6 bees in total in this enclosure, with at maximum 3 bees within the beehive and 3 flying around, uh, pollinating the crops, so they actually grow faster. That is why I chose this design, because the carrots are actually growing faster because the bees are flying around pollinating the crops, which makes this farm a ton more efficient and very sensible to build this in your survival world. And as last, we also have the composter here, because without composter, this farmer wouldn't have a job to do and this farm wouldn't work. We put that was the sound of honey being made. So we already have 9 honey. This is just up and running. And what I was going to say is we have a slab on top of the composter that will prevent this farmer from interacting with the composter so he doesn't fill it up with bone meal, and all the crops that he has in excess will go to this hopper down below these villagers. Now, if you've never built this before, then I'm going to show you really quick how we should do this. Okay, so we are now in the middle of our 9 by 10 farm, and we are going to start with putting down a chest. On the back of the chest we put a hopper facing into that chest, and on the hopper we put a rail. On that rail we put a minecart hopper, and then we can destroy this piece of rail. On top of the chest we put a temporary block, and on that temporary block we put a dispenser facing to this minecart hopper. Onto that we shift click a beehive, just like that. And on top of this beehive with the redstone output facing upwards, we put a observer. Next to the observer, we put a regular block, just like this, and then we run a redstone line all the way across it. This block here can be removed, should be removed actually, because otherwise you wouldn't be able to access these chests. And then all around we put trapdoors, which protect the minecart from being pushed around from the bees. That is something that I've noticed and had trouble with. The bees can actually push this minecart away from the hopper, so this farm wouldn't actually be working. So that is something to keep in mind. And as last step, we put some shears. I have them right here. We put some shears in this dispenser. Now, what this contraption does, as soon as enough honey is being made in this beehive, the beehive will update the observer, which in his turn will update or activate this dispenser, and that will shear out the honeycombs and let them fall into this minecart hopper, then put into the hopper and into this chest. From now on, you can only, well, fill in with these villagers. I suggest doing that first before you put in the bees. And that is just very simple. Just put wherever you want this composter barrel with a slab on top, dig a hole, put these two villagers in with a hopper underneath facing into a chest, which is obviously facing towards the outside, and a fence post on their head so they will not escape. So that was a very quick, very short tutorial on how to make this automatic honeycomb slash carrot potato farm. You can also do this with other crops, for example, beetroots and wheat, but that is up to you to decide. As always, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button whilst you're there, and I'll see you in the next episode.